I feel this energy in the room every time I'm on stage. When I'm out of drag, Jordan is just this boring businessman in a suit who works for the government. And when I transform into Bébé Lala, it's a whole different person. I have this confidence to be able to speak, to be able to inspire youth and other people to find their queer identity or find their Indigenous identity. Two-Spirit people are known in the Indigenous community as the carriers or keepers of culture and story, and with a male and female spirit, they're able to take both and share that with our community and pass on that knowledge through generations. And it doesn't matter if they're biologically a male or biologically a female, because that two-spirit identity, our culture has recognized it for thousands of years. The Catholic Church had told people that it was not okay to be gay, and when they stripped the people at the residential schools away of their Indigenous culture, they didn't just take away the fact that we are First Nations people. They took away much more than that. They took away the right to be able to be a two-spirit person and told our people that that was not okay. When my parents divorced, my mother wanted nothing to do with my father's side of the family, which in turn stripped me of being able to know who I was. When I was put into the Indigenous culture class and my mother found out, and all I remember is being taken out of that class on my first day and being just hurt at the fact, feeling like I wasn't Native enough or wasn't accepted in that space. And that definitely set the pace for the next 10, 15 years of my life. My grandmother never really talked about her time at the residential schools to the grandkids or her kids, but my father, he's an alcoholic. He has been sober and clean for a while now, but I know a lot of the suffering that he went through is his to carry. But I lost my brother 2 years ago to a car accident that involved drugs. He was severely intoxicated, way over the legal limit in drinking. And he was my #1 supporter in my drag career, and really, him and I together wanted to find our heritage and our culture. And we really wanted to embrace being Indigenous together. And he understood that drag was my outlet to be able to express myself and to tell my stories. And he was the only person in my family that knew I did drag for the longest time, and he never got to see me perform. You can't help but wonder if it would be different if my grandmother never got sent to Shingwalk Residential School or Pelican Falls Residential School. I chose to get sober because I wanted to be able to overcome that cycle of abuse and generational trauma. I know it would have made a big difference in my life if I would have been able to see a queer Indigenous person while I was struggling. Having that sort of mentor or someone to look up to would have made a huge difference for me, and I don't want anyone to have to feel the pains that I felt. And it is my responsibility to learn more about our culture and the teachings and knowledge, and then be able to go on and pass that down generations so it continues to live on. And I think a part of reconciliation is bringing back the pieces of our identities that were taken from us.